Hey guys, what's up, what's good, and welcome back to my channel. You're welcome to the Dami Days family. I'm going to be sharing with you some of the mistakes I feel we naturals make on our natural hair journey. Mistakes that I've made on my hair journey, mistakes that you've probably made on your hair journey, and that's okay. Although these are my mistakes, or these are the mistakes I feel are most common, some of them might actually work for you, some of them may be controversial and work for you, but that's why even if we're all under the umbrella of a specific type of hair, type 4 hair or type 4C hair, not everything that works for the next person is gonna work for you. So my mistakes might be the best thing that has happened to you. Who knows? But these are just the things that I found, and I believe that we shouldn't really be, indulging in as type 4C girls, okay? The first thing I want to mention is your mindset. Your mindset is important. It governs the majority of the things we do, and that does not exclude our hair. We've been conditioned to believe that our hair is difficult to manage, but I really don't think that's the case. When you think that it's difficult to manage, you might not even want to put the effort into actually managing it. Moisture is what our hair loves. Our hair loves moisture. So as far as we're able to keep it moisturized, that's one good thing. We also watch videos on how to manage our hair and how to style our hair here on YouTube, and a lot of amazing people give us great tutorials on how to do certain things. But the truth is, what works for them may or may not work for you. So you can just use that as a foundation, or as a guideline, should I say, on how to take care of your hair. But you having to follow what they're saying by the book, and for every point they're saying, may not necessarily work for your hair. And then you may think, oh, my hair is actually not growing, or how is her hair looking like this and her hair isn't looking like this. But the truth is, it's not your hair. Even if it's the same type, even if it's the same type 4C hair, we have different textures even in those little subtitles, and we have different porosities and everything. So my hair loves water. Your hair may not be the same case. Your hair may prefer more conditioner to water, or more oil to water. You get what I mean? Changing that mindset that your hair is difficult to manage, and just starting this journey, or embarking on this natural hair journey between just you and your hair. Is between just two of you in this relationship. So you need to be able to understand each other and take outside information as guideline rather than as the TT, if that makes sense. The second thing I want to mention is heat. Heat. When I became natural, even before I became natural, when I was relaxing my hair, I was straightening my hair, God knows, I don't even know, especially when I was in school. I would always want to straighten my hair anytime it's out, just because, I don't know, the texture of my hair wasn't so appealing to me at that point in time. I'm learning to embrace shrinkage, because shrinkage actually proves and shows that your hair is healthy. Because the truth is, if your hair isn't shrinking and your hair isn't able to bounce back into its curls, that's what shrinkage is, then that means it's either gone through some sort of heat damage or some sort of damage, or it's just not having that elasticity as it usually would naturally, and that just shows that there's something wrong somewhere. So you put in heat every now and again, every day, every other day, every week, is a no-go area. Or do not on a daily basis, your hair isn't really going to like that, because you're denaturing the proteins in your hair, and your hair is going to end up losing its elasticity and its strength, and what makes it thrive and what makes it bounce, and you're going to end up with heat damage in the end, and that's not really cute. If you're going to blow dry your hair, try to blow dry your hair on a cooler temperature. If you're going to use heat at all, if you need to, then please make sure you use a heat protectant, because just going in with a straightener is just frying your hair out. So now moving on to your edges. We all like, our edges to be nice and snatched, let me just front my edges there. It's really okay to have your edges unlaid, if you want to put it that way. Your edges don't have to be laid every time. Your natural texture is curly. Nobody should expect your edges to then be looking all nice and sleek. Yes, it's nice to keep your edges nice and tamed and detangled and whatnot, but you don't have to make them look all sleek every single day. That is so bad for your edges. Your hair is already fragile. Your hair is already really fragile. So if all you do to it is just brush it every single day, with the gel that's probably drying it out, try to moisturize your edges. When you're moisturizing your hair, please try and moisturize your edges. I'm very guilty of this as well. So I find that the times when my hair flourishes the most is when I actually obviously pay attention to my whole head, my edges as well. But if you know you're going to style your edges most of the time during the week, then make sure that your moisturizing and your treatment levels are also on that same, on that same bar. If you're going to style your edges 3 days a week, make sure you're moisturizing your edges 4 days a week. So my next point, you may not like it, you may like it, I don't care. Co-washing is just overrated. Shampoo tends to strip your hair of all its goodness, because it's stripping your hair of dirt, but it's also stripping your hair of its oils and everything. So co-washing isn't as intense as shampooing, so that's why I believe co-washing is the new thing now. We try to use shampoos that are sulfate free because they're not as stripping as the ones that contain sulfate, which is all nice and good, which is all true. But in my opinion, I believe that at least once in your wash day, especially if you're taking your hair out of a protective style for over a few weeks, I do think that you need to shampoo your hair. Not every time co-wash. Co-washing upon co-washing upon co-washing is where the problem is, because you're just piling all these products and all these conditioners on your hair, and your hair reaches the point where it's actually not able to absorb all of these, and you end up not seeing the benefits of co-washing because you're just doing it way too much, and you're forgetting that the shampoo is actually meant to strip everything off. The first layer of conditioner is on your hair, the second layer is on your hair, the third layer, the fourth layer, and your hair is actually not able to absorb anything else you put on it, including the conditioner that you're putting on it. I think you should just do it according to what your hair needs, but do not neglect shampooing your hair. I used to be one of those ones that just wanted to, get my hair braided and just forget about my hair. And because it's a protective style, you're thinking it's protecting your hair, which it is, because obviously your hair is kind of tucked away. A protective style becomes not so protective when you're really not taking care of your hair underneath, or you're just doing protective styles back to back. I feel like braids that are in for too long and you just keep doing them is not so protective for your hair. Yes, your hair might retain length, but length doesn't necessarily mean that your hair is healthy. I'd rather pick healthy hair over length or anything. And lastly, what I want to talk about is detangling. Back in the day, I would just get a comb and I would just comb my hair. We don't do that anymore. You shouldn't be doing that, especially when your hair is dry. Obviously, you're just intentionally breaking your hair when it's already going to break, when it's already prone to breakage. So what I find is, if I need, for example, an afro, if I need to wear my hair out, then I will moisturize my hair the night before and just put it in twist. And in the morning, I'll take out the twist and just fluff it out with my hands and maybe comb just a little. But I would never ever go in with a comb to try to detangle my hair, especially when it's dry. If you're gonna comb your hair, please make sure it's wet, or at least it's moisturized to a certain extent where the comb isn't having to deal with all the knots itself, or you finger detangle. Using combs is just asking for breakage, you're just saying, hair, let's break you off. So you want to make sure that you stay away from manipulating your hair as much as possible, and that also includes styles like this. You don't want to keep your hair in tight buns or in tight styles too often, and that includes wearing wigs and closures as well. So don't be fooled by the styles you see on YouTube, because they're just on the camera. Once I finish this video, I'm going to put my hair back in twist and let my hair breathe. I don't do them every time. You shouldn't be doing them every day, because as you can see, you're sleeking your hair back way too much and it's actually putting a bit of tension. But if you're going to do them like I am now, I try to make sure that it's not so tight, and make sure that when you use gel for all these type of sleek styles and stuff, and even including your edges, that you're able to wipe them off at the end of the day, so your hair isn't just coated in gel. And I'm probably still making these mistakes. As you can see, I have a tight hairstyle right now. And just being aware of these things would help you retain healthy hair for much longer. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.